Welcome to School of Civil Engineering. In this video, I will discuss about that how can we define earthquake load and analysis for that. And if you are new to this series, then you can watch the previous lecture that I have already uploaded and link also given in description. So let's start. First of all, I will open our previous model and you can watch the previous video to know about that model. And so at first I will go here, define, and if you see that your model are locked here, you have to unlock that. At first I'll go here for define, then go here load pattern. From here we have to define our earthquake load, so give her a name, earthquake load in X direction, given here X, and from here you have to the load type, which types of load that is. It is seismic load, not seismic drift, seismic. Click here, and then here you have to provide a value self-weight multiplier. Self-weight means the self-weight of that component, so there have no self-weight of earthquake. You can see here for dead load we have provided here self-weight, and for other it is 0, and so it will be 0 as well. And from here auto lateral load, from here we have to select our design code, I mean which code will follow. From here you can follow as your requirement or country requirement, ASCE, American Society for Civil Engineers code. From here Chinese code, European code, IS Indian standard, and from here there have many load, and you have no code, then you can follow that portion, user coefficient and user load. And I will go for UBC 94 because this UBC 94 comply with my country code, so UBC 94 and add load. After add load, select that and go for modify lateral load. So from here we'll direction and eccentricity. At first we'll untick every y direction cause as our earthquake load in X direction. So after that if you have an eccentric load on your building, then you can give her the value, and I will also reduce that. This is not mandatory to use X and Y direction for eccentricity. And after that you have to come here seismic coefficient. If you are civil engineer, you are known to this all parameters here. So seismic zone coefficient, you can select your per code the value of seismic zone factor Z. From here you can select that, and otherwise you can select here if your data are not available in per code when according to code. And here user defined, I will define my seismic zone coefficient 0.28, and from here site coefficient S, so I will use 1.2, and 1.2 for my design code is for stabilized soil. I mean site coefficient you will find from your design code. And importance factor, which types of building you are constructing, depending on that you have to provide here importance factor, and they have different importance factor for different types of building. Like if you work for residential building, there will be importance factor another will be for educational institute, another will be for medical, and another will be for fire gradient or government building, and there have a different importance factor here. So you have to also find out that from your design. So I will give here 1 because I'm going to design a residential building. And then you have to go here time period. For time period there have 2 way program calculated CT. You have to give here your time period CT, value of CT. Then here it will also you find from your design code, otherwise you have to calculate that. And in my code, according to my code, the value of CT, that coefficient is, I mean time coefficient 0.0466. And also you can give here user defined the value of T, I mean periodic value you can provide here also. So I'm going here to provide program calculated 0.0446 and also numerical coefficient RW. Numerical coefficient, I mean it's a reduction factor. You will also find that reduction factor in Etabs for different types of frame. This value will differ for concrete frame, for steel frame, for composite frame. It will be different for different frames. So according to my code, the value is 8. And here this is very important, estuary range, I mean from which estuary to which estuary the earthquake load will affect. So we know that earthquake load act on base to maximum estuary. So here our wall work are done, then go okay done. Again you have to select for earthquake Y load seismic UBC 94, okay, then again click add load. So from here again you have to change that, and that time you have to untick every of that only for Y direction. And again I'll go here 0.28, here 1.2, here 1, and here same as X direction 0.466, here 8, and here top estuary 6 and bottom estuary base. Okay, our design earthquake load are done. Here QX and QY, you can also check that. Here are wall data, okay, you can also check here are wall data, okay, then click OK. We have defined our earthquake load for X direction and Y direction, but we have to do one thing here. The earthquake, it is not possible that only earthquake will come from Y direction and X direction. It can come from opposite X direction and opposite Y direction. That's why we have to go here defined load case, and here you are seeing the dead load, live load, floor finished, partition wall, earthquake X, earthquake Y. So from click here to check one thing, the earthquake X in Excel factor 1, earthquake Y Excel factor 1. And so here we have to click on EQX linear statistic and copy of case. So from here you have to give her earthquake X minus, and here we'll provide the value is -1. So it will identify that the load will come from, earthquake load will come from the opposite direction of X. Okay, and again select QXY and add copy of that. Similarly earthquake UQY minus, and here give your minus value, -1. Okay, so here our earthquake load defined earthquake loader ready. Here our earthquake defined loader ready. This is for according to x direction, and this is for opposite of x direction, and this is for according to y direction, and this is for according to the opposite of y direction. It is very important, to define that. Otherwise, suppose you have designed a building considering eqx and eqy. When at first I have learned about that, in every video I have was that they only use eqx and eqy, but they didn't use eqx minus and eqx minus y. So it is very important, because earthquake will not come only from x direction or y direction, it can come opposite x and opposite y direction. So click here OK. Here our load defined are completed. Then we'll go for analysis, and before that we'll go have load combination. Here you are seeing that we have got 10 combo, because we didn't add our wind load, that's why this combo are not here. Only 10 combo are showing here. Here if you take mouse on of that, you're seeing that 1.4 dead load, 1.4 floor finish, and 1.4 partition wall. And suppose you come here, 0.8 dead load plus 0.8 floor finish, 0.8 partition wall, and 1 eqx. And if you go here eqy, and if you go here -1 eqy. So here we have found our 10 design code. Also, if it is not available here, suppose this is not available here, delete that, delete combo, your combo not available here. So how will get that? So if you select a design code, then you can take it from here, concrete frame design, convert to user combination editable. I mean, if we select that portion, we will be able to edit that. So click here, and here is the total combo of our earthquake load, and also for live load and dead load. Here we have found 18 combo, and when we'll add the wind load, also we'll found more combo here. So like that you have to add your combo, and if this is not comply or suitable for your country code or country code combination, then you can modify that. From here you can change the scale factor, and also you can add new combo according to, and I'll show you after defining wind load in next video. Then I will make another video how can we load combine load, and also that video I will show that. So click here OK. After defining and assigning all load, we have to go for run analysis, or before there go here, and which types of load, or in for which case we want to run our analysis. So I will stop just model for now, do not run, and then you can click here to run, or I'll click here OK, then run. It's analyzing our building. And if you're new to this video, you can watch my previous video if you think that it is required to you. Here our analysis have complete, then you can see that this is the deformation for dead load, and after that click here and select different types of load, live load, partition wall, for earthquake load qx. Here this is showing the movement of x direction 1.65 inch for top story, and here decreasing and also increasing. And if we go for qy, here it's moving in y direction 1.18, and close that. Also you can start animation to see the real-time movement of the building during the earthquake in a y direction. When earthquake will come in y direction, then the building will move like that way. So this is the real-time animation. Let's stop, and in this way you can assign your or define your earthquake load for your building. And until you have any problem about that, you can comment below, or you can mail me. The link mail are given in description, and you can also watch my previous video to learn Etabs. And after completing this basic phenomenon, I will go for a real-time project. And till time, stay connected. Thank you very